Good afternoon. My name is Becky Sanders, and I'm the Program Director for the Upper Midwest Telehealth Resource Center. Thank you for joining us today for our webinar on telehealth technology. We're going to show off some of the things that we've got going on in our new demo center for the Upper Midwest Telehealth Resource Center. And this particular webinar is brought to you in conjunction with the Ohio State Office of Rural Health. As any of our webinars, we are recording today's session. It will be available on our archived webinars page along with the slides, and also on our YouTube page. The Ohio State Office of Rural Health will be putting all of these videos on their website as well. All right, and everybody is in listen-only mode today. We ask that questions come in through the Q&A function, and only use the chat function if you're having technical issues. And Carolyn Miller is on with us today, and she will be monitoring the chat for technical issues. Here is our agenda for today. We're first going to look at some telehealth platforms and then some telehealth peripherals like otoscopes and stethoscopes. And then we're going to talk a little bit about webcams, lighting, and document cameras. So today, right now, I'm going to hand things off to Kathleen Chelminiak, who's going to talk about the Tyto platform.
Hey everyone, thanks for joining. Becky, can we pop the slide back up real quick? Sorry.
Hang on just a second. I got too eager there. There you go.
Thank you so much. We are going to show you guys a video of Tyto Care after I go through kind of what the solution is. So just a disclaimer that we are vendor agnostic and don't endorse any specific vendor, but we are excited to show all of you some of the solutions that we have in the demo center today. So first, we're going to be reviewing a solution called Tyto Care. Tyto Care offers 3 solution options. One is called Tyto Clinic, one's called Tyto Pro, and one's called Tyto Home. What you see over to the right is actually one option of the Tyto Clinic. It comes with a blood pressure cuff and a pulse ox in addition to the peripheral devices and the Tyto device. So what we're going to be seeing today is actually Tyto Pro, and that comes with that Tyto device that you see up here in this upper right-hand corner. You also can see it in the picture down kind of next to the headphones and by the bottom left of that drawer. So that really kind of shows you how small the devices and how mobile the Tyto Care devices could be. The setup of the Tyto solution is relatively simple. All you need at the healthcare provider site is a device like a laptop that has access to the internet and a Google Chrome browser, a set of headphones that have full audio capabilities, and the healthcare provider is given a web link to sign into their Tyto account, and they access the remote visit in that way. Over on the patient side of the platform is where the Tyto device that you see here actually lives. So at the patient side, you again need an internet connection, an iPad with a Bluetooth connection for the Tyto device, and the Tyto device itself and the peripherals you need on that end as well. The patient side of the Tyto Care application is accessed through an app, which will be downloaded to the iPad, and once that's launched, the patient side is able to log in. So what you see here in the picture to the right is what is on the patient side. The Tyto Care solution is one of the smallest and one of the most affordable per device on the market, with, again, everything easily fitting into a bag or a backpack, which also makes it one of the most mobile solutions overall. With the Tyto Care solution, you receive the Tyto device, which connects via Bluetooth, a stethoscope attachment, an otoscope attachment, an attachment that can be used to most effectively look at the throat, and then the device without anything on it functions like a high-resolution exam camera, which allows you to examine things like skin for discoloration, anything like rash, or the eyes for things like redness. The device and attachments are extremely user-friendly and easy to switch out, which is another benefit of the solution. So now that you have an idea of what this solution is like, we're going to show you a short video. I will note that the practitioner leads the visit, And you'll be able to see this in the video, but it's not super clear. But along the top of the practitioner side of the platform, there is a bar that allows them to select all of the exam functions, and those are lungs, heart, throat, ears, temperature, skin, heart rate, audio, and blood pressure. And then today you're actually not going to see blood pressure demonstrated, but you can see the blood pressure cuff under the Tyto device in that picture, and also the pulse ox right under that blood pressure cuff. So just so you guys know, you won't see those two peripherals today, but that is an option. So with that, we can go ahead and start the quick video so you can see what the solution looks like in action. So to start off the visit, the clinician will attach headphones to their computer, go to the designated web link, and log in from their laptop. The patient side will log in to the TytoCare app via an iPad and ensure the Tyto device is connected. The patient name will be typed in to begin the visit. They'll then select the green See a Clinician Online. Storing forward is also an option, but today we're going to show a live visit. The clinician will see that the patient has requested a visit and can review patient information beforehand. When ready, the clinician will go ahead and click Start Visit. And at that time, the visit will begin. The clinician will click on Lung Sounds, and the Tyto device and iPad guide the patient side to attach the stethoscope, allowing the clinician to remotely listen to the internal workings of the lungs and chest wall. This can be recorded and saved. The same attachment is also used to listen to patient heart sounds. It is also used to grab heart rate, and that allows the clinician to remotely listen to any abnormalities that might be present, or see if there's anything weird with the patient heart rate. And this is grabbing the heart rate. Audio is another option with the stethoscope attachment to listen for things like bowel sounds. So continuing to move through the visit, the clinician can click on throat, which will prompt the patient side to remove the stethoscope attachment and attach this throat attachment that you see here. The Tyto device will light up so that there will be a better visual for the remote provider. And you can see on the right-hand side of the provider screen, they can see everything that's happening on that patient side. If there's any need to look at the skin for things like rashes or injury, the Tyto device has a skin function to allow the remote clinician to see the skin more closely. Once it's held steady, the provider can adjust brightness, they can focus, and they're able to see things like scratches, rashes, anything that they might need to see remotely. This function can also be used for eyes, and again, the provider will see that on the right-hand side of their screen. Another exam option is ears, and the Tyto device and iPad screen will prompt them to put on the otoscope. This is actually one of my favorite functions because I had never seen my eardrum before this. So it is, yeah, the video and pictures of the eardrum is pretty unreal. You can also take patient temperature with the Tyto device. Again, it doesn't need an attachment on it for this. You might have to calibrate it by aiming it at a wall. And then after that, the patient will point the device at their forehead and it will automatically record their temperature, which you'll see on the right-hand side of the screen. So those are all the functions. After the visit, you can see the remote provider and patient can chat about anything that happened. The provider can take notes about their diagnosis, can write a prescription, write any follow-up, and once the visit is complete, the clinician can end the visit and do any additional follow-up on their end. So that is a very quick video of the Tyto solution. If anyone is interested further in seeing what it looks like, you can definitely reach out to us, but I hope that gives you a good idea of one of the many options that we're gonna review today. I'm gonna pass it over to Bryce Wray-Nelson. He is going to show you all more of the solutions that we have available in our equipment demo center. So Bryce, take it over.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Kathleen, and thank you everybody for being here today. Again, UMTRC is vendor agnostic. We just want to show you a few of these options that we have found that we're very excited to share today. So a little bit about the Whitebark Telehealth platform. It's actually the IRHA's in-house telehealth platform, the Indiana Rural Health Association. It's made possible through partnership with a nonprofit organization in Georgia. It is plug and play friendly with a number of peripheral attachments. And through this platform, patients are able to receive a link from the provider and on one of their smart devices, and they're able to join a provider visit from anywhere. There is a new update coming in August, which is going to allow for the addition of satisfaction surveys into the after visit process. And so we're very excited to see what that looks like as well. We do have a few cameras here that we're going to demonstrate at the same time as the Whitebark platform. Becky, if you could just go to the next slide. Thank you. So this is the Horoscope, and there are a number of different attachments that go along with it. What's on there right now is the general imaging scope. Here's the otoscope. And then dermoscope. With this particular dermoscope, it actually allows for contact with the skin. It also has a polarized view, so you are able to see under that very first layer of skin for bruising, to see how far a mole will go beneath the surface of the skin. And it's very, very interesting. This is plug and play friendly with a number of platforms, has LED lighting, adjustable brightness, and then it also has a manual focus wheel on the back to get that perfect, clean, and crisp image. There are additional peripheral attachments available, but these three are the ones that we have available to show you today. And then I will tell you a little bit about the Firefly scope here. Becky, could you go to the next slide, please? Thank you. So this is the Firefly, and it looks very much like a flashlight. It's very simple. As you can see on the screen there, it has Ultra HD resolution, and it is really more of a general imaging camera. It's easy to integrate this with other telehealth solutions, and it does have a built-in polarizer for any skin issues that you might want to have looked at over telehealth. It observes and records in real time, and then you're able to control brightness with this button, and then you can take a snapshot with this button. And so that information is able to be stored and then put into a patient file. And so I am actually going to share my screen now to show you the Whitebark platform and show you a few of these cameras in action. This is the home screen of the Whitebark platform. When a patient comes in, they're going to go to consultation, and they will choose their waiting room, and they will make a phone call. And so it will ask at the very beginning if you need a patient intake form. If you click on yes, that's where you're going to fill out all of your information, such as your name, date of birth, weight, reason for visit, and all of that fun stuff. To save time today, we're just going to click on no, so we can get right to the camera demonstration. So a lot of times the call will start off with the integrated camera, which unfortunately is not going to show up because I'm on Zoom and it doesn't like to balance that. In the middle here, you can see there is a camera with a double arrow on it. And so you'd be able to click on that and click on UVC camera. And that's going to pull up the Horoscope. And so this is the general imaging scope. You'll be able to adjust with the adjustment wheel on the back. If you want to change out any cameras or any of the peripheral devices, you can pull that off. And then we'll put on the dermoscope. Then after a moment, that will boot up. And then we turn the brightness down quite a bit. and then you focus it and you're able to see the skin close up. So that is the horoscope. You can also change over to the exam camera, which is the Firefly camera. So, like I said before, very simple design. And once you hold it still for a minute here, it will automatically adjust. But as I said before, this has a built-in snapshot feature, and it also has a brightness adjuster as well. All right, I will stop my screen share.
Now, Bryce, we did have a question. Can you use the horoscope and the Firefly with an iPad?
With an iPad? That is a great question. In all honesty, the only way that I know to connect these cameras is through the USB ports. However, specifically in regards to the platform, and this is true for really any platform, if you're using it for something such as behavioral health, you wouldn't need a camera attachment because you would just use the integrated camera on an iPad. However, these cameras specifically attach with a USB plug.
Yeah, that is my understanding as well. I don't know that there is a dongle or that takes things from USB to the iPad, whatever they call it that now, Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let me share my screen again and we can talk about our other platform.
Yeah. So the Dictum travel kit, this is very interesting. You know, travel kits are very transportable, and so that is one of the things that was very convenient about this. This kit includes pulse oximeter, the ability to input for weight, height, and BMI, a built-in thermometer, non-invasive blood pressure, ECG, either a 3-lead, 12-lead, an electronic stethoscope, a device to measure respiratory rate, medical cameras, and a video laryngoscope as well. And so there's quite a bit included in this travel kit. And then next, we will talk a little bit about some of the digital stethoscopes that that we have come across. Again, we are vendor agnostic. These are just a few that we have been able to find. The 3 that are currently at the top of the market are Littman, Think Labs, and Echo. And you know, these are very, very convenient to use. A lot of times they can connect via Bluetooth to a number of platforms. And you know, just like a normal stethoscope, you place it on the chest, and it actually is able to come up with the patient's heart rate as well.
Thank you so much, Bryce.
Absolutely.
All right, so I'm going to talk a little bit about some webcams. I literally took a snapshot from Amazon of different webcams, and you can see price ranges here from $21, or I'm sorry, from $18, $17.99, up to $163. They're all over the place, and it depends on whether it's HDMI or what level of pixelation it is, that type of thing. If it's got a microphone as part of it, which they usually do these days. But there's many vendors out there and many choices out there. And really, when you're looking at webcams, if you're not using a camera that's integrated into your monitor or your tablet or your laptop or your phone, your choice of webcams is really going to be based on what your use case is for those. I'm going to hand things over to Alex Volk at this time, and this is one, and this is an area where I can't, we're absolutely vendor agnostic, but I've only seen this 360-degree webcam with OWL. We are looking for other products that do the same type of thing. And that doesn't look like Alex behind the computer there.
I'm here, Becky.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
I switch it to the speaker view so my camera is the biggest.
Yep, and I'm gonna stop sharing so we can pin you guys.
Okay, so hello, my name is Alex Volk, and I'm demoing the OWL 360 webcam. And as you can see, I've made it my camera for this Zoom meeting, which is one of the bonuses. And what you can see along the top is the 360 view of the room. So any person in the room is visible by this 360 view at the top. And then as it is right now, it'll split the screen. So it'll follow me talking. And then Cam, who is nice enough to help me demo this, is sitting kind of across the room, but it's still like very much in clear picture of him. So it's perfect for conference room meetings as we go back into like a hybrid workplace where some people are in the office and some people are online. You can see everyone and it'll follow your voice, it'll focus on you, and it makes meetings a little bit more streamlined.
Would one of you be willing to stand up and walk around so we could kind of see it in action?
So I'm walking towards the corner of the room now. I can't see anymore if it's focused on me or not.
Yeah, it did follow you. It just took a second.
I'll come stand behind Cam, and it'll keep following my voice as I walk through the conference room. And then also at the top of the screen, you can see as I take like a lap around the room. So yeah, that is the OWL 360 webcam.
All right, thank you so very much. All right, let me share my screen again. And then we wanted to show you some examples of lighting. So here are a couple of different lamps that we purchased. This first one here, actually you got a chance to see part of that during the Tydo demo video. When Alex was sitting in the chair and looking over to the iPad on this platform here. This one is really nice because it does have that shelf that you can put a tablet on or a cell phone if you're using that for your video source. The lights on this, they move and they go all the way forward or all the way to this angles or to the side or to the back. So it is versatile in that way. It is a standing lamp that is about, I don't know, 5 foot tall or something like that. And it does also have different hues of light. So you can make it a soft light or a warm light and hues in between. This other floor lamp is a little bit shorter, but still the same idea. It does have a gooseneck on it, so you can turn it, up to the ceiling or down, and it does have other light spectrums from warm to cool as well. And then we were doing some trainings with genetic counselors, so we picked out 3 different document cameras and did pictures with them. This one, and it really is a digital microscope. It was so good. The video on it, you could zoom in and see the yarn hairs of this pin and the individual strands of yarn. This one here, this whole appendage folds up, and the platform that this piece of paper is on folds into 4 different it's 4 different sections that fold up, so it folds down. It's very portable, and it's almost like the size of a deck of cards. This one here is very good about, and with genetic counselors, what they often do is they write out a person's, they call it a pedigree, as they're writing about the different family members to see if there's a genetic abnormality in any family members. So they're actually writing that out while they're talking with their client. And if they're not in person, then the client needs another camera to see what someone's writing, unless they're using like a whiteboard function on a tablet or a monitor screen. And this is another way to show something that is at the provider location and allow the patient to see that. This could also be used for dietitians, nutritionists, that type of thing when they're demonstrating something. Even for diabetes self-management education, when you're talking about where to prick your finger to test your blood sugar, those types of things. So there are those, and that is really the end of our session today. We want to open it up for questions, and I want to give a special thanks to Carolyn Miller, who was our audio recorder and video editor for the Tyto demo. I'm sorry, Caroline Yoder. I'm so sorry. And then Carolyn Miller, who is our logistics person behind the scenes for today's webinar. So at this time, let's open it up to questions. While you guys are thinking about questions and typing those in, I'm going to ask Carolyn to go ahead and share our survey for today. We are funded again by the Ohio State Office of Rural Health for today's session, but we're also federally funded by HRSA and the Office for Advancement of Telehealth. So Carolyn has put that survey link into the chat function. You can hyperlink to that. If you have questions about the equipment that we have shown today, we do have other equipment as well. We will have that, and I will bring up our website here in just a minute. We will be having our annual conference this year in person in French Lick. IRHA was 2 weeks ago in French Lick, Indiana. The UMTRC conference is going to be in South Bend, Indiana in just a couple of weeks on July 20th and 21st. We'll be at the Gillespie Garden Inn, which is attached to the back of the South Bend Hilton Garden Inn. Registration is open. I will put this link in our chat. You want to learn more about the conference? We do have a limited number of scholarships available. We also have opportunities for event sponsors and exhibitors. We will be releasing a mobile app the week before the conference, so everything will be digital. So there is that. There was one other thing I was thinking of. Oh, I know what it was. If you are interested in joining our mailing list, I will also put this link in to the chat as well. That is the best way to keep up to date on what's going on. So with our focus right now on the conference for this year, we will not be opening up our demo center until August or September of this year. But once we do, we will put that out on our website, and there'll be a form to indicate, what equipment that you want to see and try out in person. And then we'll be able to figure out who of our different individuals that are trained on the equipment are available and come up with a time and date to make that happen for you. Looks like we got one other question. What modality does Dictum Travel Kit transfer? Is it cellular? I am not. I think it just relies on the Bluetooth technology between itself to the tablet and then Wi-Fi, I think. Is that right, Bryce?
That's my understanding of it, yes.
Okay. All right, good question. All right. Any of our panelists have anything else they want to add before we end for today? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you sometime soon.